Friends, today we are going to discuss about charge and its basic properties. So, if I ask you a very basic question that what is charge? So you might give me some examples that when we rub comb against our dry hairs, then it acquires the property of attracting small pieces of papers, and then in that particular case we say that the comb is charged. Yeah, it is absolutely correct. This is one experiment which you must have done in your 7th 8th standard science. Now of course comb gets charged, or if you rub a plastic scale against your dry hairs and then again you bring it near to the paper pieces, it gets attracted towards paper pieces, gets attracted towards the scale. So the when we ask that what has happened to it, you say that the comb or the scale, it gets charged. So what is charge? It gets charged, it means that they acquire a particular property. What that property is? That property is charge. They acquire charge. So how do they acquire charge, or what is a charge? So do remember that charge is actually a property. Charge is a property of the object because of which it starts affecting the other objects. It starts applying the electrical effects over the other objects. Now what type of electrical effects are they? So electrical effects are like the object, when it acquires charge, it starts attracting or repelling the other charged bodies. It starts attracting or repelling the other charged or uncharged bodies. Okay. So charge is a basic property. It's a property, not a basic property. It's a property of an object. When it acquires charge, in that case it starts applying the electrical effects. And what type of electrical effects are they? Electrical effects like attraction or repulsion. Attraction or repulsion. Okay. Attraction or repulsion on other charged or uncharged neutral bodies. On uncharged neutral bodies. Okay. Now the point comes that how an object gets charged. Okay. So one very simple example, if we start with, we are taking the example of say a comb is rubbed against your dry hairs, or take an example, let us take a glass rod, and a glass rod is rubbed by silk cloth. This is the glass rod and it is rubbed by silk cloth. Okay, so when we rub a glass rod by a silk cloth, both gets charged. Okay, actually there was one scientist named Benjamin Franklin, and he actually classified the charges, and according to Franklin, he gave the idea that he classified the charges into two categories, positive and negative. According to Benjamin Franklin, there are two categories of charges, positive and negative. So when we rub glass rod by silk, glass rod becomes positively charged and silk becomes negatively charged. Initially when we didn't rub, glass rod was neutral, silk was neutral, but when you rub glass rod by silk, you find that glass rod gets positively charged and silk gets negatively charged. Now the question arises that why this becomes positive and this becomes negative. So the answer of this, if you want, so we have to go a little bit in detail about the atomic structure. Now the concept of atom was given by starting was Dalton, then Thomson's model of atom was there, which failed. Later on Rutherford gave his model, and if we go by the Rutherford model, then in an atom there are protons. Neutrons were not there at that time. Okay, later on neutrons were added, and electrons are revolving around the nucleus. Okay, So what is there? There is positive charge which is inside the nucleus, and there are electrons which are revolving around it. Okay, so we have positive charge, we have negative charges. Okay, and an atom is electrically neutral, that you studied in 9th standard. What does it mean? It means that the number of positive charges and number of negative charges both are equal. Number of positive charges and number of negative charges both are equal. Okay, what does it mean? It means that the positive and